Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. So this video I'm going to use to address the questions that you have asked me in my other prediction videos for the other countries that I did. Simply because I just thought instead of making individual videos for each one, I'll just answer them in this one video before I'm putting up my predictions for 2023. So what we've got here, so we'll get into the questions. So the first question that I've got here is on Mexico. So people want to know my insights on Mexico. So what I could see for Mexico is, and I also have their leader. So this question was from Pereira, P-I-E-R-A-B, is that I got like there was backdoor deals being done here with America. I could see like handshakes with Biden, but I feel like that they're not known like they're backdoor deals, and I feel like this is to do with the border. I also could see like army and like an army presence as well, but I feel like there's about the border with that. I feel like that I got that it's gonna be very hot. That it's I haven't been to Mexico myself, and I would imagine it is hot there, but I just kept getting very hot. So I don't know if it's like a seasonal thing there, but I feel like perhaps when your highest peak is going to get, or your highest amount in summertime, that it's going to get hotter there. I just going to see like the sun blazing and it was being really, really hot. But I could also see like flooding like a mudslide, like getting very muddy, like a mudslide, and like I could just see like muddy water coming through. Now the leader that you have here, I was getting that he was a bit dodgy, the leader that you've got. So when I looked it up, I got Andres Muriel Lopez. I hope I'm saying that right, or Manuel. I'm not great when I pronounce these names. But I was getting that he's a bit dodgy. And I could also see that he was putting more drugs on the street that I could see. And I could see that there's a new government that's going to take place, and it's going to clean up everything. So whatever this guy's doing, I feel like a new government's going to come in and sort of sweep. Like I see them cleaning and cleaning house, and they're sweeping up for different mistakes. I could also see like a female, and she was tanned and she had dark hair, which I know Mexicans are that description, but I could see her with her hair. I felt like her hair was up in like a ponytail, and I feel like she's starting some sort of freedom movement. So I don't know if there's anyone there of that description like now, but I just feel like it was to do with some sort of freedom movement coming in Mexico, and it was this lady was standing out to me when I'm seeing it. I'm also going to do some cards for Mexico for you as well. I just feel like the leader, he's a bit, look, there's a kindness to him. I do see there is a kindness to him, but at the same time, he does what's best for himself. He's getting a bit old, I feel like, as well. I mean, I don't know how old he is. I should have probably looked it up, but there's something about him that he's sort of not looking at, or he's dodging. I can see like avoiding something that's important, which he shouldn't. I also feel like that there's going to be something coming up to do with like Aztecs. I don't know if you're going to find something to do with like Aztecs or like ancient things coming up, or like some sort of like heritage that's going to come up with that as well. Let's have a look here. I'm going to do one on Mexico. The cards on Mexico. I do feel like that wall that was being constructed by with Trump, I kind of feel like that's going to go up. I think it's been stopped now to do with Biden stop the wall, but I feel like it may go up. So I can see the reconstruction of it going up. Okay, this here. Oops. Look here. Like this. Okay. This president, or the leader that you've got here, I don't feel like he's going to allow. I mean, they all have their time, but I feel like he's very tired, and I feel like he's gonna outgrown the job. Like I feel like he's tired, and I kind of feel like he needs to be pushed or something here. Things that need to be in balance and need to be in sync. That's what I feel as well. There is also, okay, I feel like there's also a change taking place here within the country to do with the people, because I do see the people sort of protesting, or there's being some sort of like fight back here that's coming up here. I also feel like there's a bit of like struggle, like when I see this card, it reminds me of tug of war. Like it reminds me of like, and I feel like this is to do with like the leadership issues that are coming up here with this. I feel like there needs to be a lot done for the country to get where it needs to be it's like full strength or full force. But there's just I feel like something just quite not right about your current leader. I kind of feel like he's not strong. I don't know. There is fast, rapid changes that's coming up here, but I do feel like we're coming into people taking the street. There is some sort of revolt around coming in here. I feel like this guys can be nice to your face, but then behind your back there's sort of sayings, but at the same time I feel like he gets played and doesn't realize it. And I feel like maybe he keeps on changing his mind or keep on changing his plans or something too. But when I look at the cards, what I will say here is that I can see that you guys work very hard as a nation. You're working very hard to try and get things done. There is an aspect of trying to get, whenever I see this card, to me it's about nurturing and getting your wishes, like whatever your goals are, you're trying to work towards and you're trying to do it. And it has been a long time, whatever you guys have been trying to bring up in the country, it's been a long time. But I feel like when I see these cards, it's like you do get there, but it's not going to be without a fight. And I feel like that's to do with the people that are there. Because I feel like that people who have no money are sort of crying out for attention. They're crying out for more, but it's a thing of more liberties or more freedom too. Like I feel like there's a bit of restriction or backhandedness coming up, and as an aspect of like, what about me too? So I do feel like things are changing, but I see that it's to do with some female that I see, which is a part of the change, and I feel like she's there to help the collective and to try and bring things in for the better. But I see like there's going to be fast changes, and I feel like I'm going to June, July 23 when these fast changes are starting to go, where you guys can be on the right track. This guy, I don't feel like he'll step down. I feel like he'll have to like lose an election. I don't really feel like he's gonna step down or anything, but there's two sides to everybody. But I feel like there was two sides to this man, your leader here, that I can see. I do feel like he's troubled with something as well. So that's what I feel like for the first question for Mexico. So now we've got the next question that I've got here. And then they wanted to know, this is from Anita. So she got, love your reading, I love your accent. See, for the US on healthcare, gun control, crimes, and mass shooting, education, mental health, please. Okay. So what I got here for this question, so I got healthcare. It wasn't good. I don't feel like your healthcare is gonna improve dramatically or too much. I've got here, there's going to be more waiting times. I've got like there's less staff there as well. I feel like things are going to cost more, so I feel like the cost is going to go up. We've also got Saturn coming into Pisces, which is to do with, it can affect health, which I've addressed that in my 2023 predictions. I got here, especially like New York with the snow. Okay, But I do feel like things are going to be better in 2026. That's what I do feel. And I know I was seeing the snowfall coming in before. I saw it earlier in the year, and I got it in my 23 predictions, so I could see the snowfall, and it's already happened. But I did see that. Okay, so with the mental health, I was also getting like, I feel like they're going to start opening up those institutions, like those homes. It's like that movie Girl Interrupted. I feel like those places are going to start coming up back. I also got there's going to be new drugs, but they're not going to be good. I got that they knock people out, so they could be like maybe making them tired or drowsy, or something else. But I just saw there's new drugs coming in. The gun control, I got that being tightened up. I think they have been there, but I was seeing it being tightened, like age limits up. I got the crime. I got like a new task force is being started and spying on people, and I got put more. Like I feel like they're going to put more people in the army. So I feel like maybe like if you're say like a petty criminal, like a white collared criminal, like I feel like they're going to put them in the army. I could see like a drill sergeant, like a boot camp. I could see like so I could see like people who were like, instead of putting them in jail, I guess a certain people would be, instead of going to jail, they would go into like the army, like a boot camp thing. I could see that happening. With the mass shootings, I thought there's going to be more in the south. Like south in a school. I feel like Texas or some sort of office building. I feel that was like coming up in Texas. With education, I got more homeschool. I feel like homeschooling is going to be on the rise there. But even like boot camps, I feel like saying boot camps sort of in school. I feel like you guys are getting ready for some sort of like with the forces, like more people going in the army. Like there's boot camp things here. I could see. Change in what children will learn. I've got here, so there's like the curriculum is going to be changed. So let me just see. So also got here, the curriculum's going to change. Okay, so then the person was also putting down the different states. Now I'm hoping I got the correct states, because what you put down, I just googled it to find out where I'm going to. So she had here, because of kind of the, so question number 3 is about thank you for any natural disasters, and then she's got the states down. So she got CT, MARI, NY from New York, VT, and HME. So I kind of googled that, so I'm hoping I got the right places. So we got here Connecticut for the CT. Okay, what I got for that? I got a high tide, like at a beach. More rain. So I got like more rain, like a high. It was like a high tide of king. I guess here we call it king tide. Coming in there. So it's just getting very hot here. Our summer's summer, and I don't have any conditioning. So we got here Massachusetts. I could see now, I saw like an earthquake is what I saw there. And like a heat wave, but I got like fire too. New York, I've got with the snow, but also I feel like extreme weather patterns, like very hot, as well as like there could be, I still feel like there's going to be some sort of, not natural disaster, like some sort of maybe like a bomb going off or attack. Like I just keep on seeing people running, and it's like 9/11, but not 9/11. It's something else for New York. I keep on seeing. I've been seeing that for a while now. Rhode Island. I think there's Rhode Island. I got for the, when I put one of them in, it was said came up as being Rhode Island. So I'm hoping that's correct. Then I got here the bridge. The bridge might be damaged. The bridge that connects to Rhode Island. I hope that's the right place. I know it's like I know from that show Medium, that Long Island Medium, whatever her name was. But I feel like something with a bridge. Now I've got here Vermont? Fire in the bushland. And I feel like, so it's something about the fire in the bushland, but also got like killing like this, or animals, like hunting more animals. And I feel like it needs to stop. So I feel like that there's also something about the native, like native Indians, like protecting the land. Something about land rights with the Indians there. I don't know if you have any there, but I feel like there's more hunting going on. But it's not. I don't feel like it's a good thing. But I'm an animal lover, so I've got here New Hampshire. I saw like land. I know this might be natural disasters, but I can see like land clearings for like homes. Is what I could see for that. Like they're gonna make some new estates or make some also land available for homes. And then we also got here the last one, ME, is it Maine? I got here like very hot, like extreme weather, gas, like, and I could see like people wearing gas masks. So I don't know what that's about, but I just saw people wearing gas masks. But it's like extreme hot is what I was getting there for that. So that's all that question, and then we get up to question 4, which is about Belgium. So wanted to know about population, institutions, and the royal family that's there. Okay, so we got that for Belgium. Okay, so what do I got from Belgium? I got that the population, I feel like it's going to go down. That's what I felt like. Now, the royal family there, I feel like they're kind of like puppets, like they're under control. I feel like the king that's in charge, I didn't have a sense of him being a very strong personality or strong king. And I feel like he's under pressure. I feel like there's this feeling of being trapped. Now, I feel like something about money laundering. I don't know what that comes in, but something about money laundering. I also got something about hanging by the thread as well. And yeah, uneasy, like this uneasy feeling. That's with it. With the royal family there, I just didn't feel like confidence. I just didn't have a very confident feeling when I looked at the picture of the royal family and the king that you have, and it seemed like it's hanging by a thread. So I don't know if there's something going to happen to the line, or there's going to be like a revolution there. Where you decide to maybe not have the royal family, but I just feel like the balance of power is not good there. Now, your Prime Minister, which is Alexander De Croo, okay, I looked it up. With him, I feel like he's going to do a deal with Russia, so I'm not sure how it all works there, if it's like how we are with the English monarch, but I feel like he's doing a deal with Russia, and all will be revealed in June, July. And I feel like that might be to do with like maybe the energy power or through the energy crisis or something. But also there's army, it's like army going on. There's like army stuff there going on too with that as well. And I will do some cards to do with that as well. So let's just get the cards ready. Let's have a look here. I just don't have a good feeling about your Prime Minister and the royal family. There's something not in balance there. And I feel like the rich are getting rich while the people are getting forgotten. Okay. So I must admit, I didn't actually know that you guys had a royal family. I didn't know a lot. Okay, someone new is coming in here. Whether this be a new Prime Minister, there is someone new that's coming in. This person is going to shake things up. I feel this person is going to, like, something about cutting ties. I can see a tie being cut. And there's things here that's going on about financial to do with like money. When you're talking about institutions, I don't know, I feel like there's change. I feel like there was going to be change here, big changes. Like big changes coming up here, to do with the institution. I guess that would be of the royal family. I just don't feel like people don't listen to the king there. Let's just try and get things moving. I'm limited with space. what I do feel like, I feel like that people like love your country. I do feel like I do feel like I've never been to Belgium. I do feel like you guys are also trying to strengthen ties with other countries. There is partnerships forming. As I saw him shaking hands with Russia, so I don't know if you're going to join with Russia. I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like there's something about something new coming in with this, and it's kind of like you guys, I see like you're sort of breaking away from, to do with like Europe, so some sort of could be a breaking away of the European Union, it could be, but there's also some celebration going on too. So I do feel like there is some good things that are coming up here as well, some form of celebration, knowing that change is on the horizon, and that things are gonna get better. I do feel like your leader's incredibly stubborn man. He doesn't like to be told what to do, and I feel like the part of him that can be rather selfish as well. But I do feel like there's some sort of beauty, there is some sort of like elegance to your country, but there's a change. I feel like a change in institution. I'm not too sure how old the children are, but I do feel like one of the daughters here, I can see in the picture here, must be the oldest daughter. I feel like she's going to have 2 children. Maybe not now, but when it's time, I feel like there is 2 children for her. And I feel like there's something about reconstructions of things there too coming up as well. So that's what I feel like going on in Belgium. But there's something like a ticking clock, like a ticking time bomb there too. It's going up. But also it's like army people going in there. So I do feel like there could be, you might get involved in the war with Russia. I do feel like that. So that's with Belgium. And I answered level questions with that too as well. Let's see. Okay, so so that's question number 5. So now we're going into the Netherlands. Okay, so someone asked about the Netherlands. Okay, so with Netherlands, I feel like there was going to be a turnaround to do with like Parliament regarding war, and I feel like there's also going to be a tightening on drugs there in the Netherlands. I got here that your king is different from the one in Belgium. I got that your king is quite humble. I feel like the tight family, does the right by the people, and I've got here so I felt very different vibes when I looked at your royal family to the Belgian royal family. With this one, the Netherlands, I felt like they are kind, it's like a tight-knit family. The other one was quite strict, but he just didn't have the power. This one, he's different, but I could see as well with the Netherlands here that I could keep on seeing like big like ice breaking away. So I don't know if you have like there's gonna be big, like your winter's gonna be a lot of ice, or there's like ice breaking away like a mountain or something, or like iceberg, but I just think like ice breaking away, or ice breaking. So I don't know what that's up with that. And but I did feel like with the royal family, that it's very, very different. And when we look at your leader, the prime minister there, so it's Mark, is it Rutte? Is that what you call it, Rutte? But it has a U in the answer. Is it? No. Anyway, so when I look at the leader, there is a sense of caring, compassionate. I feel like your royal family has more of a say in what happens here. Because I feel like your king, he's a very good leader, and I feel like he's educating the daughters on how to rule. And I do feel like this is a long lineup with your royal family. This guy here doesn't like to be controlled, But I also feel like you guys might try and stay out of the war, is what I kind of felt like. Because I feel like he does what the royal family wants. This guy, I kind of feel with him. Let's do some cards for you guys. So I felt very different. I feel like with you guys, the population may increase too, and the cover. But I do feel like to do with like the drugs that are there, I feel like that may come through. And if you do, I feel like, because I was looking up, that was Amsterdam came up. I think that's your capital. I just feel like the drugs are going to stop. There's going to be restrictions on it. That's what I felt like. Okay, so there could be a statue coming up in someone's honor, coming up being built too. And I feel like you guys in Netherlands about taking action, taking charge of situations. I do feel like there is something, an ending here where this, but I feel this could be a prime minister as in an ending. So I don't know if he's, you've got a vote soon, election coming up. There's some sort of ending coming up, taking place with you guys. I feel like there is a bit of a tug of war going on between the king and the prime minister as well. But very different energy when I was connecting to these guys and to the Belgian one. Very different, like chalk and cheese. It was different, very different. Okay. What I will say too, there is an aspect of being looked at or being spied on here. So I don't know if they're increasing where they're looking at what people are doing, but there is an aspect of like spying or looking. It could be what their government looking at the royal family or more to do with that. But I feel like you guys are in a better position. I'm going to say that. And you guys look after the Netherlands. I feel like you're looking after your own. I do see there is a bit of fighting going on. And I feel like I don't feel like you want to get involved in terms of Russia. I feel like you don't want to get involved in that. In what's going on there. Kind of feel like you guys want to take a step back from there. There may be war on your doorstep though. There could be something coming up, but I feel like you guys really wanting to like take a step back from it. So that's what I kind of felt like for the Netherlands too. So I hope that answered your question to do with that. Okay, so the next question, number 6 here. We've got Russia. I've already put Russia in my 2023 predictions. I've got some of them. But also what I've got here, Russia not backing down, trying to expose the truth with the USA. They're not obviously not happy with the Ukraine leader. But I got like a 3. I feel like this war may go on for 3 years. I got like a 3 with it, and I asked how long this is going to go for. I got a 3. It could be 3 more months. I got here, and when this is all said and done, I feel like they're going to get some land back. So I feel like they may not take over the whole of Ukraine, but I feel like they're going to get some land they're going to keep, is what I kind of felt like with that. But I have covered that more, and looked at his astrology chart more in my predictions, which are coming up for 2023. And then we got here now for India, I got the wrong prime minister. So you guys have the prime minister, yeah, it's different. Okay, so what I got here with this guy, look, I got trying to do his best. I feel like he's someone that he is trying to do his best, but there's 2 sides to him. But at the same time, I feel like I got sell out. So I don't know if he's selling things or what he's doing, but I got sell out. I don't feel like he's going to win the next. I mean, I've been a bit wrong with some of my election predictions, but I feel like I got to know. When I get on asking, I've got to know. I do feel like he's got a sweet tooth. So he's a Virgo sun with a Sag moon. The Sag might make him likable. The Virgo would make him a bit of a warrior. It also make him wanting things to be perfect, a bit of a perfectionist. The Sag makes him a bit more fun, youthful person. Sorry, it's getting very hot. and he'd have problems with the way his communication might come out, because he's very precise, and he thinks a certain way. You probably can't tell him no. His Saturn is conjunct with, or almost very close, born with Mercury here. So there's problems with communication where he can't get exactly what he wants to get out, or thinking. But here's a Mars in Scorpio. I'm always cautious of people having Scorpio Marses. It means if he gets angry, he can get quite vindictive too, and it can be warlike too with him. So I feel like there is a kindness about him, but at the same time, I don't know, just trust, but hearing sell out to him. Everything I feel like is a bit upside down. I'm going to use my new deck with him, actually, a few cards on him as well. And then we're almost done. Okay. So I'll look here. I'm drawn to these cards for him. And look, as I said, I feel like he's trying his best, but at the same time I'm seeing like under table things done, or like underhanded things done, and I feel like it's to do with China. I still see you playing both sides here. I kind of feel like this year things are going to be more real this year, I feel like. Just where planets are. Okay. Well, there is some sort of celebration I feel coming up for him. He can have a bit of a, I feel like he can have a bit of a temper, is what I do feel like. I feel like he's hiding plans. Like there's a aspect of trying to hide plans here, is what I feel like. And there's cracks in the system, or there's cracks in the way that things are. I kind of feel like he's telling a bit of tales too. There's people gathering around him, but there's like someone around him who's like thick as thieves, I do feel like, and he's afraid to miss out. There's also someone else. I don't know how your system really works, but there's someone else, because I feel like we've got the King of Hearts here, which I feel like is him, but he didn't really have, been looking at Alice in Wonderland, he didn't really have the voice. There was someone else, a female, who had the voice. So I feel like there could be someone else who has a stronger opinion or a stronger force behind them. I feel like, as I said, he's trying his best, trying to do the right thing, but as I said, there's two sides to him. I just remember that Scorpio moon, you don't want to make him angry, because he will get very vindictive when he gets angry, this man. But at the same time I do feel like he's very welcoming, but there's something about hiding plans. This card is standing out to me, and it's like we're trying to hide something. So there's something that's being hidden here with him, is what I feel like. So I feel like tread carefully when it comes to this man. Just tread carefully. He is wise, but I feel like he's got a lot of work at the moment. There's like a lot of paperwork coming up behind him. So I don't know if it's you got a lot of things being passed or built, because you see a lot of paperwork around him as well. Like it's increasing as well. So that's a bit that I've done on him. I didn't really look at the chart because we didn't have these time birth, and what I could see, there's no planets hitting planets, just where they are based and where things are. So, but I'm kind of getting a no win for him for the next election. So question number 9. I think it's about the shortages, to do with what's happening around the world, to do with shortages. And I felt like there's going to be more coming up here. Roxanne. Okay, so I did feel like that in June, that there was going to be more shortages coming up in June 2023. Also, petrol prices going up. And I feel like it's because of the world events that are going to be happening there. It's what's going to push things up. And I got another person's got here for question 10 about something about the 31st and the 1st large upcoming event impacting Australia. I got February. I feel like it's more February than January. But I feel like it's China. I feel like China's going to do something to us here. And then we've got the question 11 here. Do you see anything about moving from the coast in Australia? I don't think we're going to move the coast. However, I do see those camps being used, they built. So there's something about those camps that they're going to make up and getting built. So that is my video for your questions. I've done that. So I'm doing that so I can finish off those questions. And then over the next couple of days, I'll be posting up my predictions for 2023, which will be a 2-part video. I actually got a lot of predictions, a lot of stuff to get that I got through for 2023. So thank you for your likes, shares and comments. And I will see you for my next video. So bye for now.